You listen to me and you listen good. And my Republican friends go nuts when I say this. They can't take it because they've never understood exactly what politics is about. You know, policy is one thing. Politics is another. Polity is another. Realpolitik is another. It's like being a weatherman. It's like being a prognosticator. It's like somebody who's doing the forecast. You don't want it to rain. You don't want there to be a hurricane, but there will be. Let me also tell you something which is the most important. Let me tell you what the Democrats do every single time that I admire. That's right, admire. They never back down. They never back off their message. Oh, you may hate them. It may drive you nuts what they're saying. You may think, what are they doing? They don't back down when it comes to crime. Kathy Hochul in New York with crime burgeoning. Crime like we've never seen. We're talking, Death Wish, Charles Bronson crime. And what does she say? It's a conspiracy theory. You're imagining this. You keep promoting this idea of crime. It's brilliant. She doesn't say, okay, all right, maybe there's crime. Maybe you're right. No, they don't back down. You bring in Al Sharpton, whatever that's worth. What does Al Sharpton say? Brilliantly. Here we go again. It's another racial component. I know, it's that dog whistle. I know what you mean when you talk about crime. They'll also bring in, when it comes to the economy, this is my favorite. They will use politicians and also members of the media, and you could argue whether they're bought and sold. I'll let others decide that. But they will say, you have just created and keep repeating this notion of what am I trying to say? This inflation talk. You and this inflation. What are you? What are you with inflation? Oh, did you just learn that word? Did you just learn that term, inflation? You feel smart about that? Is that what you feel? Inflation. Ooh. They act like it. They act like you're nuts. When eggs and lumber and bread and milk and everything goes through the roof. Gas. Oh, there you go. Oh, is it your new word today, inflation? This is brilliant. They don't back down. They talk about the end of democracy. They talk about the end of democracy. Whether you understand it or not, doesn't matter to me. But that's what they say. Now, let's stop. What did the Republicans say? Listen carefully, and you're not going to like this. What do the Republicans say? What's their vision? What's their 5, 10, 15, 25-year plan? What do they stand for? They will refute the Democrats. There is inflation. There is crime. There is a degradation of societal order, or whatever the particular iteration of that is. That's what they'll say. They don't back down. They don't have any problem with this whatsoever. None. But they don't have their own version. It's their platform exists in denying that of the Democrats. What the Democrats do is they almost ignore Republicans. They have their own worldview, demented or not. I'll let other people decide. They have their own worldview. But what they do is they stick to what they believe. You can disagree or agree, it doesn't matter. But I can tell you exactly what Democrats believe. Whether it's climate change, whether it's sustainability, whether it's energy, whether it's restorative justice, social justice, whether it's a variety of, you just go through it. We know exactly. And when it comes to oil, no. Joe Biden said, and let me remind you of this. Joe Biden has said this since he came into office. What was that? How long ago was that? 655 days. 656 days. In 656 days, as of today, he has said exactly the same thing. He looks you straight in the eye and he says, We're going to get rid of fracking. We're going to get rid of whatever. Energy independence, I don't know what that means. Now listen, stop. If you're a Democrat and you agree with that, you should be very proud, because you have not in any way veered from the fundamentals, of what this is. That's number one. Number two, if you're a Republican or a non-Democrat, you should marvel at this. This is the way to do it. You're never going to win by saying, vote for me, I'm not that guy. Burger King doesn't say, come to Burger King. Why? We're not McDonald's. I don't know what that means, but that's where we are. Take the Pennsylvania race. I'm not feeling good about this for Republicans. Sorry. I know people aren't. What, are you crazy? What, are you crazy? Oz has got it locked up. I don't know about that. Why is that? Because I never hear anybody talk about Oz. I know what Fetterman stands for. I know exactly what he stands for. Like it or not, I know what he stands for. What does Oz stand for? He's not Fetterman. What have the Republicans done? Made fun of Fetterman the whole time. You think that's good? Does that make sense to you? Is that wise? Do you think Pennsylvanians, Keystone Staters, want to know the specifics? They want to know the specifics of what this all means. They want to know, what is your plan? What is your worldview? Yeah, I know he's got problems. Yeah. Just like making fun of, and we love distractions. Oh, we as a society. The Paul Pelosi thing, Elon Musk and Twitter. Would you wait until Wednesday? Is that really important? But it's so tasty. It's so low-hanging fruit. We've got to talk about that. Why? Because it's so obvious. Rodeo clown distractions. But, let me tell you something. And I'm looking at this. And I think, let me rephrase this. I wouldn't be surprised if those who really are in charge of defining the architecture of the Democratic Party are saying to you, we know exactly what's happening. Yes, we know what's happening. We know what's happening. We know there's going to be a rout. We got it. But what we've done in 656 days, think about it, is unbelievable. In 656 days. And the Democrats are going to sit back. Nancy Pelosi is going to say, thank you very much. Have a nice day. Turn the baton over to Hakeem Jeffries or whoever. Watch Gavin Newsom, AOC, and the new iteration, the new version of the Democratic Party align themselves because they have plans. They're looking 5, 10, 15, 25 years in advance. What are the Republicans going to do? I'm sorry. First, when they win, whatever they win, they're going to walk up the steps of Congress and say, yes, it's a mandate. And they're going to go on Fox News and gloat, and we won. And what is their plan? What is their 5, 10, 15, 25-year plan? What's their worldview? What's their vision? What's next? We won. We won because we should have won. We won because we're right. We won because, well, it's obvious. If you think the Democrat, this variation, I've called it the shadow government, the cryptocracy, because I've always subscribed to the notion, more so than ever, that the politics that you see, the government that you see, when you go to Washington, it's a Potemkin village. The forces, the people who are really behind what is going on in the world are from groups you may not have been aware of, or groups you may not have known about. But we will discuss this later. That's kind of it's a hypothesis. But in the meantime, listen to what I'm saying. And remember, you have to have a worldview. You have to have a vision. And whatever it is, you've got to be able to tell the constituency and the voters precisely what it is you stand for and stick to it. You can't capitulate, and you can't change your mind. All right, my friends. If you like this, great. If you don't like it anyway. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that little bell so you're always notified of new videos. And please comment as you see fit.